Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. We are on the downward pole now on our perimeter fence on the the new farm that this is the old corn and soybean. This is all corn and soybeans for many years. Hasn't had livestock on it for gosh, no telling how long. It didn't have any fence on it. And so we undertook this project, and this is going to be where we put the bulls and the steers. This is the new bull and steer farm. And we're getting ready to, well, March 1st, we'll have around 55 more bulls to kick into the mob. Those would be, well, March, they'd be a month shy of being a year old. So, yeah. This is just beautiful, folks. I mean, look at the fescue out there. My gosh. Yeah, there's 100 acres right here. There's another 50 across the creek. We're gonna give that a rest. The guy just pulled this cattle off about 3 weeks ago. He was the guy that sold it, but he didn't leave one grass blade over there. He took every bit of it. And so it's gonna need, oh gosh, probably at least a week or two later than what you would normally start grazing in the spring, probably 2 to 3 weeks. And but that's the way it is. You roll with that. But Isaac is at the far end, and Joel is putting in the springs down there. We've got 2 strung. We got 3 more to go. So we got the bottom hot wire, we got the ground, and now we're gonna be running the one they're putting on right now is the hot, the middle one. Another ground right here, and then another hot up here. And then we gotta go around the whole farm, tying all these loose ends together at every corner. They've gotta be tied with the wire going the next section on every H-brace. And yeah, this is our telly tube that we put on. That keeps this wire from shorting out against your ground wires and your brace wire. I'll tell you what, folks, that really made a sharp looking fence. I mean, look up through there. Johnny cleared it, and then we came along. I tell you, I can't say enough good about getting your fence line clean before you start putting fence up. This one, we actually moved the property line out about 2 feet, and Anthony was good with that. And it sure made it a lot easier than going in there with a dozer and removing all those big trees. He had no problem with it, and it sure made fencing go a lot easier. We got the timeless post, and the 12 gauge 170,000 PSI wire, pin lock insulators. I love these darn things. You just screw them on, and then you take this little pin and stick it through that hole right there. I'll tell you what, now that it's made out of high density polyethylene, and they're tough. They're very tough. So this is a 5 wire. It's hot on the bottom, ground, hot, ground, hot. So it's 5 wires. We do have a major highway, interstate, 4-lane highway out there. I wouldn't call it an interstate, but it's busy. It goes from clear down South Missouri all the way up through Minnesota. Highway 63. It may end at the end of Iowa, I'm not sure, but I can tell you this, that thing is just constantly got semis, and I don't care what time of day you come on, that highway's busy. North to south is carrying a lot of vehicles, and that's why we're not skimping on fence. And folks, our cattle are broke to hot wire, so they know what it is. We hold them in with a poly wire, but you know what? When I'm awake at when I'm asleep at night, I don't worry about them getting out. And just that peace of mind, that's worth. I see a lot of people, they just put 4 wires in, ground hot, and they leave this one off on the top. And that's fine if you've got really broke cattle and you don't have a highway 100 yards from you. But I'm telling you, for what that one wire costs right there, for 4,000 feet, depending on where you get it, it's going to cost you, $150 to $175 for 4,000 feet. Folks, when Jan and I first started leasing land, that was in 1999, we could buy a roll 4,000 feet for $60. And we thought that was just crazy high. It was, because we didn't have any money. It was a lot of money. $60 for 4,000 feet. And today it's, 3 times that? Yeah. So, it's just like everything else. Everything's going up. Land, everything you go to buy, it's going up. And it's just the way it is. I can remember back in the day, folks, when, there was a piece of land out there by us. This is when I was probably 8. And it was my Uncle Scott's, and he got killed in a car wreck, and he had a bunch of ground. And there was a guy came up and offered Dad $100 an acre for 500 acres. And Dad just kind of scoffed and like, I would never sell it. This is our brother's. It's all we have to remind us of our brother. You're not going to get it. Well, then he threw another caveat in. He said, well, I'll tell you what. He said, I'll give you this Jeep. He had a brand new red 4-wheel drive Jeep. This old guy did. And he wanted that land so bad. So I'll tell you what. He said, I'll just throw this Jeep in on the deal. So Dad was a strong-willed guy. He's like, nope. Take your Jeep and take your money and get out of here. So, thanks to Dad, as I got older and got a off-farm job, I was able to buy some of Dad's and my uncles and aunts' farms. But there'd been that one guy, if he'd have talked him into it, and all the other brothers and sisters would have agreed with my dad, that farm would have been gone. $100 an acre. That same farm today is, well, it's selling for $4,000 to $6,000 an acre, and that would have been about 1972. So it was a while back. Yeah, that's a while back. Makes me sound like I'm ancient. Seems like I just turned 20. So those of y'all that just turned 20, don't be wishing your life away. When you get 20, you'll be 30 when you blink an eye. I'm telling you, that's the way it works. But that's okay. You learn, you get smarter as you grow older. You do things that you wouldn't have done when you're 19 and 20. And that's just what life is. And I tell you what, man, these two, Joel and Isaac, they're knocking it out. Just since we've been talking, they've already got that 3rd wire on. They've run the 4th. And Joel's coming this way. He's going to terminate this one. It'll be on the final wire. Folks, when you get your corners in like this, it doesn't take any time to put the wire up. This is all the work right here. Putting all these corners and H-braces in, your brace wire, driving them, getting your P146 insulators on, the corner insulators. That's what takes all the time. So this is the fun part right here. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here, and feeling kind of guilty. I'm not helping. I'm just sitting up here talking, but I want to show you all the final. This is it. This is the final stretch on the first parcel, the 100 acres, and we got the perimeter done. So it's a huge step. We feel good about it. We got a really nice fence. Feel very safe putting cattle in here. We just got to get our water. That's next on the agenda, and we're going to kind of keep you up to date on how that goes too. We'll be showing you some videos of that. Folks, y'all have a good one, and be safe out there, and we'll see you next time.